Hello, welcome to Word Alive with Fidelia. Today we'll be talking about, are you a people pleaser? Just as the name goes, a people pleaser is someone who will want to please someone all the time, every time, at all situations. Someone you will just think is a helper or a good person. Some researchers, they even associated such people with a kind of personality trait they call sociotropy. They are more into pleasing others and to earn other people's approval and acceptance. I tell you, we don't need validation from people as God already validated us and has taken us in as His own children. But that does not mean that we cannot be sensitive to the feelings of others so that we do not hurt them. But we should know our limits. In my last podcast, I even talked about being a helper. So it's not a matter of not helping. We should help. It's a good thing. It's always good to be concerned about the need of others and putting them above our needs. But we have to apply wisdom and ensure we are not over-caring while neglecting ourselves to be burnt out. People have many reasons why they tend to please others. Some might be for their own selfish reasons, like to gain something down the road. Some want to be people pleaser just to be seen as good person or to earn their friendship. Others might be maybe due to their low self-esteem, they can't make friends on their own, so they try to go well and above and beyond to gain the trust and friendship of other people, no matter what. So it's by so doing they try to over please them just to be accepted. So it could be a cultural thing or upbringing, like maybe they grew up or they were brought up in a way that they didn't see so much love or reward or something being done for them. So when they grow up, they just start, working so hard to gain acceptance or to be appreciated and acknowledged. Also, like if you go to other countries, for example, you see people of different color where there is racism. They try to work so hard, twice more than the indigents, so that they will be accepted as, trustworthy or as knowledgeable. Some just want to concur to everything the other person says, even though deep down they are not even in support, but they keep silent, maybe to avoid trouble or to not be seen as not in favor. But this can be bad. As you hear the word, they say if you see something, say something. So it can be bad to keep silent just because you don't want to hurt the person and you cannot stand up to what is right. We should always stand up for what is wrong. I also talked about tough love in one of my podcasts. Tough love will make you to confront wrongdoings and not be silent, but confronting it in love. So just because you do not want to offend the person, you will not talk and you try to make the person happy. I know many people go above and beyond to meet the needs of their families and friends. Hence, we need wisdom and love to reach that balance and set the boundaries. In reality, let me tell you, you cannot please everyone, believe me. Just when you think you have pleased someone so much and have no enemies, you will still have many not cheering you up and will say negative things at your back or even right before you. So you have to realize the fact that we are not perfect people and that we can never make everyone happy at all times. Not even your spouse can make you happy or can please you. So that's why we can't even find our happiness in the hands of people. So for those who always want people to please them because you always find fault in them, you don't have to wait for others to please you, to bring pleasure to you. Your joy should come from the Lord. If you want to be a person of integrity, you cannot always please people at all times and in all situations, because there will be a time to stand firm and fair to that person. A time, like Ecclesiastes says, a time to rebuke and a time to show mercy. Galatians 1:10 says, "For I do now persuade men or God?" Is asking, or do I seek to please men rather than God? He said, "For I yet please men, I should not be the servant of Christ." What is saying is that when we please men, we will not be like servant of Christ. In as small we should honor one another, but if we are men pleasers, something will be wrong because we'll not be able to stand up to them, to correct them or point them to the light. Proverbs 29:25 says, "Fearing people is a dangerous trap, but trusting the Lord means safety." Therefore, my brothers and sisters, let us be wise in our relationships with each other. And as rightly said in Colossians 3:23, it says, "Whatever we do, we should do it heartily as to the Lord and not unto men, or because you need approval of men." We should just put our focus on God so that whatever we do, whatever we say, whatever we think, our intentions should not be just to please men, but to please God. Always ask, what will God say? How does God see this? That way we'll never go astray. Because when you please one person, you have to please the other person, whether at work, whether at home, in your family, even among siblings. You see some siblings say, "Oh, my mother or my parents love this more than me." There's always that competition. It's never enough. It's never enough. So that's why you just do the right thing. Don't overplease people, even when they are not worthy to be pleased or they are not needing that approval at that time. And don't put your approval in the hands of men. Don't feel selfless. Don't feel less self-worth about yourself. Raise your head high. Know that you are worth more than the sparrow. So for whatever reason you are a people pleaser, or whatever reason is making you to please people, you're a good person. It's not a bad thing. But what are your intentions? If that's your nature, it's understandable. Even at that, you should still apply wisdom so that you are not taken advantage of. But if you are doing it for other purpose, just like the politicians, they know this person is bad, they continue to be a thug for that person because of what they will gain down the road. Then adjust yourself today, because being a people pleaser, as you heard in Galatians 1:10, is to be displeasing to God. Brothers and sisters, may God bless you as you listen, and I pray you have a safe and blessed week. Thank you.